1 in Southern California.
Tonight on World News, the mother of all bailouts. That's what one senator called it today as Washington works through this weekend to rescue the American financial system. Will it work? Is it fair? And how did we get into this mess? We're going to give you a quick, clear explanation of that. Terror attack. New surveillance video tonight of the largest bombing in Pakistan's history at a luxury hotel. Americans are among the dead. What does this attack say about how the U.S. is doing in the war on terror? And standing tall, the one house that survived Hurricane Ike when everything else was swept away.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is World News.
Good evening, I'm Dan Harris. It is Sunday night, and at the White House and on Capitol Hill right now, they are at work, hashing out details of the biggest bailout in American history, $700 billion to rescue Wall Street from bad mortgage debts. The Treasury Secretary was very blunt today, calling this a humbling time for the United States. The goal is to get a deal done by Friday, and tonight it's starting to look like the two parties are coming together. But there are some serious questions. Is this bailout fair to taxpayers, and will it work? We start here tonight with ABC's Bianna Golodryga.
Today, Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson went on national television to sell the administration's plan, a plan with a staggering cost, $700 billion.
It could be a considerable cost, and I don't like the fact that the American taxpayer is bearing that burden, but it is far better than the alternative.
The alternative, he says, a financial meltdown. It's that possibility that appears to be driving both parties in Congress to act quickly.
This issue supersedes an election. We need to get this right. We need to do it quickly.
We face a crisis, and if we don't act, and we don't act quickly, we're going to jeopardize our economy.
The plan includes the government buying back mortgage-related debt from banks, with the goal of allowing banks to once again start lending money. But a lot of people are asking, are taxpayers footing the bill for mistakes made by Wall Street executives?
I don't want the federal taxpayer to be at risk for that bad debt, and then the guy who incurred the debt gets tens of millions of dollars on the way out the door.
So far, the Treasury Secretary has managed to convince Congress that taxpayers will get most of their money back.
I agree with the Secretary. It's not going to ultimately cost all these hundreds of billions. We will recover most of it, maybe all of it.
Someone who was briefed by your team said this plan was described as the last wrench in the toolbox. What if it doesn't work?
Well, this is something that has to work. I very much believe it will work.
Tonight, we are hearing reports that in order to get a bill passed more quickly, Democrats may be willing to put some of the measures they want in a separate bill. Things like a new stimulus plan helping homeowners renegotiate their loans and putting caps on Wall Street executive salaries. And of course, you want to look at seeing what happens with Wall Street. That all depends on what happens with the credit markets and if they actually buy into this new plan.
Amazing to see the Treasury Secretary say this has to work.
It has to work.
Bianna Golodryga, thank you. In a moment, we're going to talk about what this bailout means for you. But first, for those of you who find this crisis both terrifying and mystifying, we want to take 90 seconds to clearly explain how we got into this mess. This crisis all stems from the way we buy our houses these days.
And I'll sign the paper.
You don't have to sign anything. I know you pay when you can. That's okay.
Remember It's a Wonderful Life, where Jimmy Stewart plays a banker? Back then, if you wanted to buy a house, you would get a loan, a mortgage, directly from the bank, and then repay it directly to the very same bank.
Welcome home.
In recent years, that has changed radically. Today, when your bank gives you a loan, it then turns around and sells it off to Wall Street, where they bundle all the loans together and trade them around like stocks. In theory, this is good because it gives your bank more money to make more loans. But this bundling and trading of mortgages turned into such a big business for Wall Street that they wanted more loans. And that is when banks started lending to people who really couldn't afford it. And when people started defaulting on those loans, the huge financial firms got whacked. Now, those Wall Street pillars are collapsing. And those that are still standing are so worried that they've stopped lending as much money. And that is what the government truly fears. That lending, credit, the lifeblood of our economy, which allows people to buy homes and cars, go to college, and start or expand businesses, will completely freeze up. Which is why the feds are now planning to spend hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars, your money, to buy bad loans from all the huge financial firms so the firms can get back to lending and the economy, they hope, can get back on its feet. Which is why our financial contributor, Melody Hobson, who's the president of Ariel Investments, believes this bailout could actually be good for you. Melody is with us tonight. Melody, there are a lot of people who say this is just a bailout for Wall Street barons who made bad bets. But you think actually there are benefits for regular people.
We need to stabilize the financial markets in the U.S. And that means that'll be a good thing once that happens for homeowners, particularly those who have adjustable rate mortgages that may be adjusting. That's 10 million people, 25% of mortgages. It's a benefit for anyone who needs a loan, from students to those who need to buy a car to the everyday business people who need to borrow money from banks to fund their businesses.
Is this going to raise our taxes?
There's a strong likelihood that we're all going to pay more taxes. The numbers are just very simple. Right now, we have a deficit that's $10.6 trillion. With this additional package, we're looking at $11.3 trillion deficit. The only way to pay it is you either decrease spending or raise taxes.
So if I'm a homeowner and I'm having trouble making my mortgage payments, is this bailout going to help me in any way?
I am hopeful that with this bailout, banks will be more likely to look at renegotiating loans with those who are in distress and having trouble paying their mortgages right now. I think that may be one of the very positive outcomes of this bailout.
Still a lot of questions. Melody Hobson, thank you. Overseas now, in Pakistan today, officials released a dramatic video of yesterday's suicide bombing that destroyed a luxury hotel right in the heart of the capital city, Islamabad. 21 foreigners, including 2 Americans, were among the victims. ABC's senior foreign correspondent, Jim Sciutto, is in Islamabad.
Dan, this was the largest terror attack ever in Pakistan. 1,300 pounds of explosives, and it destroyed a hotel that was considered safe for Americans. 2 Defense Department employees were killed, along with more than 50 others, and tonight 4 other Americans remain hospitalized. In new surveillance video released today, the final moments before the blast. The truck rams the front gate. The driver blows himself up. Guards flee, only briefly fighting the flames. Then, several minutes later, an explosion so strong it destroys the camera. Outside the Marriott Hotel this morning, utter devastation. The burned-out hotel, where temperatures reached 800 degrees, still smoldering. The streets around it, a mess of shattered cars.
I don't know how I alive got in my life. But there is much more casualties, around 40 to 50% I have seen.
The driver was only able to get as far as the security gate of the hotel, which is here, but the blast was so enormous, this is the size of the crater, that it was able to destroy the front of the hotel, all these cars here, and send debris like this at least 200 yards in every direction. The attack was a shock to a new president who had promised only hours earlier to take on the terrorists. The bombing took place less than a mile from his home, despite security forces being on high alert for terror attacks in the capital. Suspicion immediately fell on the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Earlier this month, Al-Qaeda threatened retaliation for recent U.S. military operations against them inside Pakistani territory.
These attacks are obviously directed to destabilize Pakistan. The choice for Pakistan is to hand over, either to hand over Pakistan to Taliban or to fight.
Tonight, several hard questions remain, including why hotel guests were not moved away from the entrance during the several minutes before the truck exploded. A team of U.S. investigators is preparing to come to Pakistan to help find the answers. Dan?
Jim Sciutto in Pakistan tonight, thank you. This attack is further evidence of an unsettling and some might say alarming deterioration of security inside of Pakistan, a nuclear nation that, as you know, is a crucial U.S. ally in the war on terror. So we asked ABC's chief White House correspondent, Martha Raddatz, to look into what this attack says about how the U.S. is doing in the war on terror.
The war on terror has unquestionably been the cornerstone of the Bush presidency.
We're going to hunt them down, and we're going to find them.
But 7 years later, it is clear the president's war is far from over, and it is now firmly centered in Pakistan. Saturday's suicide bombing sent a chilling message.
That's typically where Americans or Westerners will stay. So they're basically driving that truck right into the West.
Indeed, if there is another 9/11 plot being hatched, it is almost certainly being planned in Pakistan. This nuclear-powered nation has had an influx of Al-Qaeda and Taliban settling in these mountains, villages, and major cities.
Al-Qaeda has grown stronger. It is at least as strong today as it was when we began the war on terrorism after 9/11.
And the violence is not contained in Pakistan. Cross-border attacks into Afghanistan have killed an alarming number of U.S. troops, the highest losses since the war began.
The safe havens in the border regions provide launching pads for these sorts of attacks, and they need to be shut down.
To that end, the U.S. is engaged in an aggressive and deadly assault on Pakistan's tribal areas, with President Bush signing a secret order allowing American Special Operations Forces to conduct ground attacks without the approval of the Pakistani government. But with only 4 months left in office, it will not be President Bush who has to figure out how to deal with this growing violence over the long term. It will be the next president. Martha Raddatz, ABC News, Washington.
Staying overseas, Israel's Prime Minister Ehud Olmert resigned today. He was brought down by a corruption scandal. He's going to stay in office while his foreign minister, Tzipi Livni, tries to set up a new coalition government. She supports Olmert's push for a peace deal with the Palestinians. There was more tough talk from Iran today about Israel. An Iranian military parade featured a banner that said, and I'm quoting here, "Israel should be eliminated from the universe." Iran's president warned that Iran's military would strike back against anyone targeting his country's nuclear facilities. Coming up here on World News this Sunday, once again, it is the economy, stupid. How the government's mega billion-dollar bailout is playing out on the campaign trail. America's vast oil and gas reserves. How much of our natural heritage are we willing to risk to tap it? That's part of our 50 States in 50 Days tour. And how did this house survive Hurricane Ike when everything else around it was destroyed?
This is World News, brought to you by Total Cereals.
When you eat Kashigo Lean for breakfast, you also have to swallow all these vitamins and minerals to get what you need every day. Or eat Total. Total has 100% daily value of 11 vital nutrients and delicious flakes with real cranberries and crunchy oat clusters. Total. Are you getting 100%?
Where does it hurt?
My aching shoulder.
Introduce yourself to Thermacare Heat Wraps. Real penetrating heat that delivers targeted pain relief right where it hurts.
This is working.
Try Thermacare Heat Wraps and wear it where it hurts. We can't promise that it will get you a raise, help the kids get along, or make you look thinner. But Stainmaster Carpet does last up to 50% longer and stay up to 30% cleaner than other carpets, adding more comfort and style than ever to your home. As part of our fall anniversary celebration, we'll extend the limited warranty by 5 years on any new Stainmaster carpet purchased now through December 31st. For details, visit Stainmaster.com or a Stainmaster flooring center near you.
Where does depression hurt? Everywhere. Who does depression hurt? Everyone. Depression is emotional, sadness, loss of interest, and it's physical too. Aches, pains, fatigue. Cymbalta can help. Cymbalta is a prescription medication that treats emotional and painful physical symptoms of depression. Tell your doctor right away if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood or behavior or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Cymbalta is not approved for children under 18. People taking MAOIs or thiouridazine or with uncontrolled glaucoma should not take Cymbalta. Taking Cymbalta with NSAID pain relievers, aspirin, or blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all your medicines, including those for migraine, to avoid a potentially life-threatening condition, and about your alcohol use or if you have liver disease. Dizziness or fainting may occur upon standing. Side effects may include nausea, dry mouth, and constipation. Ask your doctor about Cymbalta. Depression hurts. Cymbalta can help.
To the campaign trail now, where the historic events on Wall Street have pushed the economy back to the center of the debate. And both Barack Obama and John McCain are, of course, trying to figure out how to turn this to their advantage. ABC's David Curley reports tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina.
For the first time, Barack Obama questioned the Wall Street rescue plan, 2 days after he said he would give Congress and the president time to work on details.
As of now, the Bush administration has only offered a concept with a staggering price tag, not a plan.
Obama has held back offering his own detailed plan, which Senator John McCain seized upon this afternoon.
At a time of crisis when leadership is needed, Senator Obama has simply not provided it.
But Obama believes he can win on the economy. His attacks are more aggressive, sharper. This afternoon, he spoke to nearly 20,000 on a warm Charlotte day.
It's hot. I'm a little hot under the collar about these failed economic policies.
If I were Barack Obama, I would want to talk about the economy every single day over the next 44 days until Election Day. He's got an advantage on it.
An advantage the Democrat hopes to exploit.
Having spent 2 of the last 3 days in Florida, and now believing that critical state is in play, Obama will return to Florida for 3 days next week. Most of that time spent preparing for the all-important first presidential debate.
Obama's advisors joined the candidate last night to prepare for Friday's national security debate. Democrats know Obama has not been overwhelming in debates.
A debate is different than a speech, and Senator Obama has very little time to get his answers out. He needs to get them out crisply and cleanly and make them very easy to understand.
McCain is fitting preparation into his schedule and may have given a preview today.
Both candidates in this election pledged to end the war and bring our troops home. The great difference is that I intend to win it first.
With the stakes so high, the candidates know a debate mistake could be a game changer. David Curley, ABC News, Charlotte.
Doctors say 2 pop musicians who were on a Learjet that crashed will make a full recovery. Former Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker and celebrity disc jockey DJ AM were critically injured. 4 other people were killed. Their small plane burst into flames just after takeoff in South Carolina on Friday night. And coming up, how the cry of drill baby drill is echoing through a beautiful canyon in Utah.
Talk about a wake-up call. I had a heart attack at 57. My doctor told me I should have been doing more for my high cholesterol. What was I thinking? But now I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries if you have several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor has been extensively studied with over 16 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I learned the hard way, but you may be able to do something.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
Welcome to Progressive.com. Ah, I see you have a list. So I only pay for the features that I need. So let's customize your policy. It's me. Now just add or subtract what you need. I want lots of coverage, a little less, a low deductible, and roadside assistance. That was easy. Your satisfaction is our policy. It's a little insurance joke. Really little. There it goes.
Getting the policy and the price you want. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
In order for things to work, it doesn't mean it has to have an uncomfortable feeling.
Crest Pro Health kills 99% of germs that can cause gingivitis, plaque, and bad breath without the burn of alcohol.
It really feels like it's working without the burning.
Crest Pro Health Rinse.
What's the best value in arthritis pain relievers? Aleve. It's so strong it can stop arthritis pain all day with just 2 pills. That would take twice as many Advil or 4 times as many Tylenol. 2 pills, all-day relief. That's value. That's Aleve.
The first time I had Silk, my boyfriend said, oh, I found this. It's called Silk. I think it looks kind of good. Let's give it a shot. We literally sat down like we were in the taste test and ate it with our cereal. It was good. It was cold. It was good in the cereal. It gave kind of like the bland, healthy cereal a little bit of like a you know, like a little bit of personality. It is such an easy thing you can do to start getting healthier.
Silk has soy protein, antioxidants, and omega-3s, plus all the calcium and vitamins A and D of milk. Silk. Take a sip forward.
ABC News is taking an unprecedented look at the issues facing Americans in this election year, visiting 50 states in 50 days. Tonight, it's Utah, where the national debate about energy is a big local concern. Check out these numbers. The U.S. now imports 58% of the oil and gas it uses, spending more than $348 billion in the bargain. In Utah, there are enormous natural gas reserves that can be tapped. But at what price? Here's ABC's Brian Rooney.
9 Mile Canyon is an hour's drive down a dusty road and back in time, where pioneer cabins still stand. Artistic scratchings by Indians over thousands of years decorate the red rocks. This famous carving is known as the Great Hunt, a complex scene showing the fall hunt for bighorn sheep. Others depict native ceremonies, buffalo, and mystical characters.
It could be a shaman, some kind of religious, spiritual leader.
About 1,000 locations like this one have been identified, but by some estimates there may be as many as 9,000 more yet to be discovered in the remote reaches of this canyon. And this area is also the repository of enormous amounts of natural gas.
Enough for the state of Utah, for 60% of the state of Utah for about 10 years.
A Denver company plans as many as 800 more gas wells high on plateaus over these cliffs. Amid the political call for energy independence, 9 Mile Canyon is the site of a classic collision between drillers and environmentalists who say heavy industrial traffic like this, kicking up clouds of dust, fumes, and chemicals, will damage the rock art.
We know that they're landing on the rock art. We know they're there.
They have a shield and they have spears.
Visitors wonder whether the canyon and the art can be preserved.
I think there probably will be a way. There'll be a way. I think the canyon is going to be spoiled for the future, and I think there isn't any amount of gas that's worth it to me.
Is this what I think it is? They painted a no trespassing sign right over ancient artwork.
Mm-hmm.
The art has been vandalized over the years. Those are bullet holes. And now the gas compression plant has been built within sight of a high concentration of art.
We're not interested in any way, shape, or form in impacting those artifacts. And when we leave the canyon, we're going to leave it better than we found it.
They water down the roads and use chemical dust reducers. Although 82% of Utah residents favor drilling on public land, the company is still advertising to convince them it's necessary.
80% of Utah families rely on natural gas to heat their homes.
Their opponents say they're not trying to stop drilling, just ensure the safety of the artifacts.
It's not something that comes back. It's not something that you can rebuild after it's been destroyed.
It's just one example of how the quest for energy presents difficult choices between creating the future and preserving the past. Every passing wave of human beings leaves its mark. Brian Rooney, ABC News, 9 Mile Canyon, Utah.
And every ABC News program is taking part in the 50 States tour produced with our partner, USA Today. Tomorrow on World News with Charles Gibson, the battle for Virginia. And on Tuesday, the campaign in Maryland. And you can find your state and follow along with our tour on our website, abcnews.com. And here in New York, up in the Bronx tonight, the end of an era. The last game at Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built. Before the game, fans walked the field where 26 world championships were won. And they also cheered some legendary Yankees one more time. There's a new Yankee Stadium being built right across the street. Coming up, the answer to the question so many people had after seeing this picture. How did that house survive Hurricane Ike?
We can't promise that it will get you a raise, help the kids get along, or make you look thinner. But Stainmaster carpet does last up to 50% longer and stay up to 30% cleaner than other carpets, adding more comfort and style than ever to your home. As part of our fall anniversary celebration, we'll extend the limited warranty by 5 years on any new Stainmaster carpet purchased now through December 31st. For complete details, visit Stainmaster.com.
You, the American workers, are the best in the world. But your economic security has been put at risk by the greed of Wall Street. That's unacceptable. My opponent's only solutions are talk and taxes. I'll reform Wall Street and fix Washington. I've taken on tougher guys than this before.
Change is coming. John McCain.
I'm John McCain, and I approve this message.
I'm Mark Goldston, Chairman and CEO of NetZero. All internet providers take you to the same internet, so why pay more to get there? NetZero is only $9.95 a month, and we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-NET-ZERO or visit netzero.com.
All around the world, men with erectile dysfunction have taken 36-hour Cialis. Today, men can also be ready with another dosing option, Cialis for daily use, a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
36-hour Cialis or Cialis for daily use. Ask your doctor if a Cialis option is right for you. So when the moment is right, you can be ready.
We had a health concern. Turned out to be nothing, but it got us doing more to protect our health, like taking silver.
Centrum Silver age-adjusted multivitamins have key antioxidants that help support natural cell repair.
Our health protection starts with Centrum Silver.
Bergeron, Klume, Mandel, Probst, Seacrest. They're Emmy hosts and nominees. And you've never seen an award show announce a winner like this.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
The Primetime Emmys, tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Modern medicines, they kill cancer cells, but cause nausea, fatigue, anxiety. Now there's a simple solution with no medication, no risks.
I feel better.
What is it that can help you or someone you love cope with cancer? Monday, watch Real News with Charles Gibson.
In Texas, many of the schools shut down by Hurricane Ike are going to be reopening tomorrow, but it will be a long time before life returns to normal. Ike swept away much of Gilchrist, Texas, but not this house. You may have seen this remarkable picture last week. We wanted to know, how did that house survive? So we sent ABC's Mike Von Frem to find out.
This is the Gulfside community of Gilchrist, Texas, before Hurricane Ike. And this is what it looks like now.
Were there homes on either side here?
Homes, RV park, little store.
All of it is gone, with the exception of this one yellow house. It is literally the last house left on the beach. Mike Riley rebuilt this home after Hurricane Rita destroyed it 3 years ago.
We're actually doing what the engineer spelled out and paying attention to details.
Owner Warren Adams, now an evacuee,
wow,
had to climb a ladder to get back into his beachfront home.
This particular ground that we're standing on just so happens probably to be the highest ground in this area.
The house is elevated to 19 feet, which protected it from the 14-foot storm surge. The pitch of the roof and the hurricane windows can withstand winds of up to 130 miles per hour. Ike's winds were 110. Neighbors further down the beach say they cannot bear to rebuild.
Mother Nature's everywhere, but I'm not. And I've been, like I said, been coming down here all my life, but I don't want to do this anymore.
But for some, the power of Mother Nature does not have to mean paradise lost.
We can build houses that we can live next to the water, and we can rebuild here.
The remarkable last house standing gives hope to the hard-hit people struggling to rebuild along the Texas coast. Mike Von Frem, ABC News, Gilchrist, Texas.
And that's going to do it for World News on this Sunday. I'm Dan Harris. For all of us here at ABC News, thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Is back. ABC's Dancing with the Stars, a live 3-night premiere.
Can style become purpose? Can luxury become performance? Can 7 people travel at 24 miles to the gallon? Can a room with a view be nimble, furnished with its own refrigerator? Can a driver become a pilot? Flex from Ford. Drive one. Based on the equipment you choose, you can now lease a new Flex for as little as $349 a month.
Wait, I know that chick. Hey, bud, what's up? Just watching some high-definition television. Looks so real.
It is real.
It's a window.
Yeah, well, my cable doesn't have as many HD channels, so...
You know you can get more HD channels with AT&T's Advanced TV? Hey, isn't that your...
It's my favorite part.
Isn't that your car getting towed?
Yes! My car is on TV! In HD!
It's easy to beat cable with AT&T. Get more HD channels than cable. $200